Hey everyone, this is my reaction to Asago to Kasa-san. So, this is a somewhat lengthy OVA that's an adaptation of a Yuri manga. That's all I really needed to know to want to watch this, and that's a good thing because there was like nothing on the My Anime List synopsis for it. But that's not all I'm going to be reacting to in this video. There's also Kimi no Hikari, which I guess is a PV for this, but it's kind of a unique case because it actually has its own like My Anime List page and everything, you know, and reviews and scores and stuff, which is very interesting. Obviously, I usually don't react to PVs, but this like I said, this is a very unique case. This I've heard at least one comment on the internet say it's kind of like a prequelish thing for the OVA, so I don't really know what the deal is with this exactly. Probably not worthy of its own video, but I figured there's no reason why I couldn't just kind of tack it on the beginning before I start up the main OVA. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this, so yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Starting off with the ocean or the sky, one of the two. Okay. Wow, that's like a fluffy bed. Just a very girly room. But yeah, I wouldn't mind waking up in there. Especially if, you know, she was there with me. And very slow motion fall. What's the point having a bike but so far away from me and I have to run to get it? Yeah, those are our two main characters, our two main girls, our main Yuri couple. Some people have bikes, some people wait at bus stops. Oh, she's an athletic character, okay. That makes sense, it definitely fits her tomboyish character design. I guess she's more into flowers and gardening, that's a very girly hobby. Fits her. I kinda wish I could hear what they were saying, but the song is nice. I brought a bucket! See, this is how you water plants, not with some stupid hose. uh, my god, I love the way you pour water. Oh. Yeah. That's one way to wake up in the morning. For both people. And me, of course. Yeah, I bet you're happy after that memory. Burn that into your vision forever. uh, you too. It's quite the smile. Let me hear that. That was actually really cute. Although I feel like I get a lot of that in this show. Is that water paradise? Oh? Are we going for a handhold there? Of course she has a very athletic swimsuit on. I really love her swimsuit though. Underwater kiss? Well, underwater handhold's still pretty lewd. Uh, I guess she was cheering her on in the race. And she just ran all the way to her. I guess that'd be motivation. So maybe this is supposed to like cover some manga chapters that take place before the OVA. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like I'm getting snippets from chapters, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm like half paying attention to the lyrics. Man, the smiles in the show. I say show, this video. So I wish I could hear what they were saying to each other for a lot of this. Indirect kiss? That's a fairly big bottle. Yes, I have to quickly take a drink as well to make the most out of this indirect kiss. Yeah, of course. Gotta blush from that. I said I was happy into the song, more like 10%. Gardening. Oh, then she was spirited away. I guess she's implying she always saw her gardening down there from up here before they became friends slash lovers. Rainbow. Kimi no Hikari. Asagao to Kasa-san. Actually was a pretty nice video. I think I'll be liking the main OVA once I start that up in a minute here. Well, it actually has credits. I don't know why I sound surprised for that, but I still wasn't expecting it nonetheless. But they bothered to translate it, which is cool. But yeah, it's not really much to say on it though. I mean, it was minimal amounts of story. We found out a little about their characters, how one's in a track and field, one's more of a gardener, how much they love each other. Sort of, I guess, how they, met. It would be nice to actually hear their voices. I mean, I guess I'll get that in the OVA, but... They definitely did a decent job of letting you know, like, have a basic idea of what these characters are all about. Kind of what their dynamic is. Although anyone can guess that the blonde one was more the girly girl in this relationship. Plenty of hints about that. And this segment is completely devoid of sound, which makes it awkward. But I think we're about done with the credits. Nope, never mind, there's more. But don't listen to me. Okay, now I think we're done? Question mark? Yeah, I think so. So that was Kimi no Hikari, the PB for the Asagao to Kasa-san OVA. So all that's left to do now is to get into the OVA because the PV did its job of getting me excited for it. So let's hurry up and get on into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Pony Canyon. Bet many MLP fans wish they could find that canyon. Eventually we'll get into it after we had enough title sequences. Yes, there's a camera, it's right up there. I guess we're gonna start with like a sunrise and waking up from bed scene, kind of like the PV did. Huh. Yeah, those flowers are kind of big in the PV, so no surprise to see them here. Just look at that bed. She's got 3 of those girly, fluffy-looking pillows, and yeah, this. I mean, we saw that in the PV. I mean, still haven't gotten any dialogue yet. So far, I've done all the talking, which is never a good thing. I will treasure this picture for the rest of my life. Oh, uh, very interesting variation of a handhold. Don't leave me, I promise I won't be so clingy. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh. Please, somebody say something. I don't even care what anymore. Here we go. We will still want to do lewd things with each other. Which I at least fully support. I mean, some people might not, but I certainly do. Yamada. And Kase. The short-haired girl. Yep, that would be her. And it was at that moment I knew I would spend the rest of my life with that girl smiling at me. Yeah, so we're not gonna see them meet and all that. Oh well. Well, that's refreshing to hear. Ah, notification. Well, of course. Who else would possibly message you? I love it. She texts her to ask if she can call her. I mean, I guess that's not weird, but it just feels weird to me. Oh. You knew that call was coming. Why are you panicking? Yeah, I should hope so. That was a great response from Casa, though. But seriously, she is so girly. Her outfit, her room, just all of it. I like that placement of the other hand. It makes a lot of sense. Well, of course, she's the gardener girl. I bet lilies are her favorite flower. Just playing with her foot. Okay. Dang, it's a good thing people can't see you blush over the phone. uh... Yes, they do. I could let you know, but... Ow. You are just too much for her to handle, Yamada. Ouch. Yeah, she kind of hurt herself. Because you say some pretty straightforward stuff sometimes. Anyway, let's get back to our lewd conversation. Again, if you need pointers, just ask. I've watched plenty of Yuri stuff in my day. Just look at that tag on the internet, you'll find plenty of stuff. It's hard not to sweat in this situation, even I'm sweating a little bit. She's just so innocent, I guess was a real takeaway from that scene. And meanwhile, she's just going doki doki as she imagines she wants to do with her. Ooh. Pretty good animation so far, I would say. A lot of attention to detail in various little parts. Like Kase playing with her foot. Wow, you will never be that happy. Or at least I won't. That's a great feeling, eh? I can do what I want, eh? You have a book on the subject? What? Small cute bento? Is that what that said? Oh. Did you hurt yourself that bad? Oh. I might as well be the same. She's not here when I needed her, that's the problem. Why did I even bother coming to school today? Oh, Okinawa. School trip. Shots fired. That's Of course not. We wouldn't do such a thing. And she was in the PV. Obviously, Yamada's friend. And someone's not even paying attention. Well, that's awkward. Of course, you don't have to be a genius and guess what she's thinking about when she's daydreaming in the middle of class. I assume Casa will just show up all sweaty and tired. And now maybe hop out a bit, maybe dump a bucket of water on stuff. We got the hose. Just, yeah, just stick it in the hole. Huh. Is Casa nearby? No, just my imagination. As she appears behind you. There we go. Oh. I was expecting something to happen that still made me jump a little bit. You're not my waifu. Why you bother talking to me? I did no such thing. I'm not upset at all that you didn't turn out to be Casa. Is this something that really involves that much thought? Just, yeah, just squirt your flowers and continue your job. Like, finally, we're getting wet. The flowers deserve their turn after all, after, you know, Casa and Yamada were taking up all of that. Okay, so you're gonna actively try not to? Oh, now she shows up. I have something for you. It's here. It's somewhere. Probably. uh... Poor Yamada. I'm gonna share your wife with a bunch of people. And then just take her away. That sucks. And that forced smile the whole time. Yes, too popular. I'll give it to her eventually. Hopefully before it goes bad. Wow, there's a lot of bubbles in that hallway. Is that just bread? Of course she is. You just love breaking her hopes and dreams, don't you? I feel like you're bullying this poor girl. Well, at least you have a friend to eat with. I guess that's something. It's more than some people have. Yes. There we go. Of course not. Why would you say that? I mean, it's kind of obvious, really. How are you gonna talk away out of this one? Is that what it looks like? Just a bit, you know, hard to talk about. Oh, apple juice. It it definitely is. Everybody wants a piece of your waifu, you know, it's kind of hard to get your fair share. Your fair should be 99%. uh, Here, have my empty juice thing. Like a subtle way of bullying. Kase, where are you? Are you done hanging out with everyone in the world besides me? It's not like I'm your girlfriend or anything, you know, I don't need any time with you at all or anything. I'm completely fine alone. There she is, Kase. She's back there. Well, you were supposed to eat with me. Like if she starts eating there without even asking. See, that's what happens when you eat someone's food without asking, Kase. You make her cry. Hope you're happy with yourself. Well, you would have known that if you didn't keep running off with other girls. Yes. Maybe I should join the track and field club. I mean, Kase's type usually are popular with girls. That was nice. I love a very different sitting posture there. Yes. So now go kiss her and make her feel better. I mean, I guess a handhold's fine too. Yeah, down there, that's where you always do stuff. And there she is, a younger Yamada, pulling weeds and stuff. You remember the color of the umbrella. Well, probably not. You were able to stalk her in peace without ever having to worry about that. How rude, Yamada. How inconsiderate. A little bit. uh... uh... It's okay though, this is anime. Eventually. Uh... Naturally, spring is usually the time for stuff like that. Planting committee. I figured. I I also figure that. That little bounce. You are so cute. Kase's cute as well, in a slightly different way, but Yamada's the one I want to pick up and hug and twirl around and toss in the air and various other things I can't mention on YouTube. Oh, you just squirt her? I saw something fall to the ground like water, but maybe I'm just losing it. Okay. Could you move the camera closer to them, please? My video didn't pause on me, did it? Oh no, I saw slight movement. Run. Run to her. Grab her. Knock her over. Glomp her is what I'm saying. My god, she touched me. You gonna go for it? She did. This was so worth missing the bus for. Yeah, she really shoved her tongue in there without reaction. And yes, there she falls over. Well, partially. uh. And then they lived happily ever after. The end. Oh no, we're still going. Oh yeah, we have to go to Okinawa now. Nice. uh, uh, she is as innocent as always. But Kase, don't get your hopes up. I don't think she's planning anything lewd here, fortunately. Some great faces, though. Here I thought it was ow! Oh my god, that was great. I think you're worrying too much, though. Nothing's gonna happen on this trip. On that home visit. Okay, so she still doesn't get it. Anyway, this should be interesting. 1746. Which is 5:46, I think, in American time. Hmm. So why do you have the plant on your head? Are you Akko? Now to wait for her to arrive. You better not show, because that'd be very, very mean. Who knows what could happen in such conditions? Who knows, by the end of the day I might even be pregnant, or she'll be pregnant, maybe we both will. Who knows how these things work? Anyway, she's here. Just slowly poking her head out. Yeah, I had Google Maps, it was fine. Oh. You, you kind of let that slip. Yes. We can Lady and Tramp it and everything. I think that works the cake. We'll find out one way or the other. That's it. Yep, this is her room. My god, this is her room. That's the bed she always sleeps in. Possibly naked. My mind's going wild right now. I'm transcribing what's going on in her head. So bright. And like another half circle smile. Man, Kase. Oh god, those eyes. That was also really cute. There's just too many cute little moments in the show to really like that. My god, you are amazing. I can tell. I wish I was half that happy. So I'm uh, it's not what it looks like. I got lost. Yeah, I totally wasn't sniffing the bed that smells like you or anything. That was great. Oh. Of course, of course. Huh, I didn't know that. Makes sense, though. Don't leave me, Yamada. Oh. I can teach you English, just come over, I'll give you lessons. I speak it fairly well. Maybe you could teach me some Nihongo in exchange. And it will still last for a short time once we get to it. Just shove it into her mouth. Does that mean Cakes, non-strawberry cakes are heartless. Come on, put it in your mouth. There you go. You should have just licked. You should just lick the cream off slowly like that, except off the strawberry while Casa was still holding it. What you should have done. Now she's on her bed. She's on my bed. We're already halfway there. Oh, touch. I bet you want to eat that strawberry cake. Do you want to do it right now? Oh my god, she actually said that. I was joking. But yeah, Casa, if you want to go there, just come out with it. I don't think... Does she even understand what she's saying? I mean, it's possible she was just referring to a kiss, but I doubt it, considering the context. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Uh... just let me finish this real quick. Well, if you burn your tongue, I'm sure Casa will cool it down, you know, with hers. She really doesn't. But that just makes it cuter. Yes. So clearly there was a misunderstanding there. No, you don't. She's talking about special things like, you know, scissors and a number that comes before 70. Yes, this. uh, in fact, I want to be inside of you. Yes, nothing between us. No clothing, no air, no nothing. Oh god, that is a... Why can't I be a part of that? And handholding, wow, Costa really is going as full-on lewdness. And tightening. Oh, Jesus, that almost scared me. Of course Mom is the one calling. Oh, Ka-san, I'm in the middle of something important, don't bother me. We were about to take our relationship to the next level. Did you need something? Yeah, she is really cute. Just, I love you, Yamada. You're the best. Why can't you be my girlfriend? uh, yeah, that really did get me too. But yeah, they're probably not gonna go that far in the anime. I don't know why the blushing is just so well executed in this show. Well, where were we? Ow. Headbutts. Wrestling. The best type of wrestling. Yes, definitely. Next time I'll show you the joys of being a woman. It'll be great. I know, right? Oh, just the pheromones I'm giving off. Don't mind it. Very specific. Like a shampoo or just... But it really is just deodorant, okay. Oh, just to rubber on up. And it apparently releases bubbles. Oh, oh my. That's... Yeah, maybe we are gonna continue where we left off. You know, like for a day or a week or a month or two. Maybe slowly lose clothing as we do. I let's be honest, that's not the one that like came all over you in that scene. Oof, well, it is a little bit hot in here. Anybody else? Finally going on a trip? Yep. Really want to pull that plant out of her head. I've never been on one before, so I'll take your word for it. Jeez, she's not doing well. I don't, uh, I don't think I've ever seen anyone look like that on an airplane before, anime or otherwise. The little charms all over her, the cloud floating above her head. I feel like she spends half the show drinking stuff. Are you okay? Well, just have Casa hold you, it'll be fine. You should get Oculus Go. It's a mobile virtual reality headset, only costs like 200 bucks. You can wear it on an airplane. It's cool. And suddenly you're somewhere else and no one's around you. Gotta go somewhere alone together. Sounds good. That's what I was saying. You need to cut me off. Uh, sure. Yes, the sun is quite a bit bigger than the Earth. It's kind of always shining. Didn't even get a response. Just look back. There we go. Now you got a response. Of course, I'm sure Yamada shines enough for her. Oh, well, that's messed up. Well, of course not. I would have tripped her on purpose the second time. Yes. I guess that's a good way to look at things. It doesn't really, make anything better, but poke poke. Oh, okay. It was transitioning into an interesting handhold. But yes, I think it's shining enough in that room. Hibiscus. I'm glad you survived, Mikawachi. Wow. She's a high school girl, alright. Able to strike a perfect pose for a photo instantly, no matter how she feels. Wow. Sucking two straws at once. There's definitely a lewd joke there. But I'll refrain. She's implying you should do the same. Uh, uh, photo. Cheese. Wow. Don't photobomb us. Okay. Still, that was a little bit mean. Oh, jeez. That is a picture. Why does the souvenirs have a loading bar? That would bug me so much because it's never going to finish loading. Anyway, I was a little bit distracted by that. What even is that bag, that backpack thing? You couldn't possibly store much in there. Like maybe a large water bottle and that's it. Of course you were. I'm sure you'll sneak into each other's though. You better. I'll be disappointed in both of you. I mean, you could just sleep in the same bed. It's fine. You're both girls after all. But I would rather I would rather share one with Kase, which that's no surprise. You, women. We are gonna get a bath soon. That's great. On my way. Whoa, I'm not gonna be late for this event. And now uh, just quickly pull up your pants when your girlfriend shows up. Yeah, you're both girls, you have the same parts, it's fine. You'll see each other naked eventually anyway. Once you understand about how all that works. Well, this is extremely awkward and embarrassing. Kase, I guess Kase's gonna have to go in first, and then... I mean, I would love to bathe with either one of you, preferably both of you together. Yeah, she'd be much more. I'll try not to, but I make no promises. I mean, you are one cute girl, so... uh, yeah, however, Yamada's gonna stare. Good God. Yeah. That was very stimulating. I mean, when it comes to, like, uh, general sexiness, Kase obviously is the winner, but I think I do kind of prefer Yamada. From a body type standpoints. But, you know, personal preferences and all that. Yeah, you're not as stacked as she is, but it's fine, don't worry about that. Did you stop making me jump? Yes, we should totally do that, Kase. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't actually get to see the bath. That's very upsetting to me, but... oh well. I'll let my imagination go wild. Mikawa's just snoozing. Some top-tier typesetting there. You know, not even in the bubble. Well... we're continuing with our school trip. Well... oh. You come with me, one way or the other. One way or the other. I don't know why I repeated myself. Very nice looking beach. But yeah, I wonder why she brought her out here, just to have a long time together. Maybe have an important conversation. I think she's just exhausted. Oh, no, she is crying, never mind. I guess you would know her better than I would. No? Well, we saw part of it. We didn't see the good part. But no, you're jumping to conclusions. Really? Does that actually happen? I don't... that's not what happened here. Yes, she's a very innocent girl, give her a break. Yeah, you can't blame someone for... uh... okay, so... that was also part of it. I mean, your body is fine, you really don't need to compare yourself to Kase. I prefer your body type. I know it doesn't matter to you, but... yeah, you were right over nothing, Kase. I hope you feel silly. You really should just jump to conclusions. You should talk to her before. Oh, I thought they were gonna go skinny dipping for a second. Because that would make sense, actually, given the context of everything. But, you know, no, they're not doing that. It'd be very bold to do that, but that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, because the clothing on the ground is what we want to focus on in this shot, not the cute girls playing in the water together. But, you know, one takes less animation budget than the other, so... yeah, for our honeymoon, we should totally do that. I wish I could go to Okinawa one of these days. You know, if my Patreon ever takes off to the moon, then I'll definitely do that. Does it also smell of lemongrass or whatever she called that stuff before? It's not over, is it? I was gonna say, it better not be over yet. Has it? Senpai. So she wasn't talking to Yamada. Gotta practice that English. So just write body parts on Kasa's body in English, that'll help you learn. Like arm, leg, stomach, other parts. But guy, I wanna say hi to Yamada, but I gotta go with it. Bye. That was a nice little scene there. Ah, you know, whenever I hear that in Yamada, I really think of working, the anime working, like every time. Yamada, Yamada. Just, I wish I didn't, but it's just the case. Oh, Tokyo University. Wow, that is very ambitious. Really? Do we know how smart she is? I don't think we really got into that. It went alright. You should go to Tokyo U as well. I doubt you could actually do it, but yeah. Are they gonna end up going to different universities? That definitely is the more convenient choice, but it definitely not a perfect one. Wow, you don't sound like you're pushing yourself at all. That's true. Although plants will get water anyway in the rain. You Yuri girls wet together. Yes. I wish to be your daughter, Yamada. Uh, uh, well, she will be making you wet one way or the other, I'm sure. It is a silly thing to say, but well, I'm sure you also want to deflower Yamada. I mean, flowers and Yuri kind of go hand in hand anyway. Really? Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that. Because I wanted to. A friend. I think she's a bit more than a friend, but okay. But I guess she didn't want to say that to someone on the phone. Because I like it. You really don't. There's really not a better answer than that. Big Yoku. Even hung at Teru Bozo. Oh, wow. That is extremely carefree. She's quite the character herself, I guess. Well, you want to go to the same school as Kase. Yeah, but Kichiak... I mean, the problem is there's no way... Well, I shouldn't say no way. It's unlikely that Yamada would get into Tokyo U. Like, she doesn't have a sports recommendation. I don't know. I don't think she's smart enough to pull it off. What is this? I'll cry a lot, and text her a lot, call her a lot, then cry some more. Uh, Very interesting visualization for this conversation. I guess they had extra animation budget and wanted to use it for something. Why are you riding a bike here when you can float? Oh, that wouldn't happen. That's not gonna happen. That was quite the nightmare. Which explains the strange visuals. But you're worrying too much, Yamada. That's not gonna happen. She loves you a lot. Well, you can't really get depressed because of your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Your own fabricated worst case scenario that you haven't really discussed much with the other person that it involves. Good question. What are you doing? Interesting location for that bench. Nobody else exists in this class but us. I looked at her, and she looked at me. The desk's moving places. Somebody really should turn off the bubble machine. But yes, you do have to talk about this. There's no getting around that. You guys need to talk. I assure you, it's much more productive than worrying about it on your own. Although, admittedly, it is more difficult. It's an amazing broom you have there. Is that... I mean, it could be a couple different people, I guess, but... And we're having another one of these scenes with her. Again, Yamada does not communicate properly with her and causes misunderstandings from Kase. Nice sitting animation. Uh, I really can't give a guess about how confident I am because I don't know how good she is at school, at studying. Well, who would? Nobody would want to leave Yamada. She's amazing. I mean, she's not perfect. She clearly has some of her own issues, but I love her nonetheless. I'm sure they did. Well, I never doubted that. uh, as I figured she would. But still, it would be best to go together to the school together. But that's not what's best for their future, so it's a bit of a difficult situation. But a lot of romance stuff kind of covers that idea. It's like, hey, we go to different schools after high school, but like, we'll be separated, or, you know, I have to take a career sacrifice by going to the same school. You know, it's usually that dilemma. Tomorrow. Shinkansen. I've always wanted to ride it at least once. Spacious. You cleared stuff out? Yeah, because you're here. Obviously, I would look at it every day. Yeah, nobody else is as obsessed with this general area. I suppose it makes sense. No, it belongs to the person who takes care of it the best. So it's all yours, Yamada. Well, you both see the other person from your own perspective, so... would you stop answering your phone in front of me? Can't blame Yamada if she starts to feel like she's not important to you. uh... Really is the worst when somebody answers the conversation in front of you and you were already talking. You're not cheating on me with this girl, are you? I'll murder you if you cheat on me. We'll go full on school days. I had my knife in my back pocket, at the ready. Now I'm alone. School's not the same. Well, you making it more spacious didn't help. Oh. Oh. Okay. For a second I thought Kaz was running back to her, never mind. Kase, wait up. We're switching roles here from the other scene. I'll die of loneliness. Where's Shin Osaka? New Osaka, like New York or... So there's the coach, okay. Hey, Japanese trains can be pretty confusing. Oh my god, she's coming for me. She's not even on a track and field team, but she's running pretty fast. Okay. Jump. Jump. There we go. It jumped. Oh my god. Almost. Almost. There we go. So that was an excellent tackle. You should join our American football team that we totally have. Man, Casa was not ready for that. I mean, this was the obvious solution, but can't you get in? Tokyo University is like one of the most difficult universities in Japan to get into, if not the most. Like, there's an entire anime called Love Hina about the difficulty of it. And Kiss? Wow, she's proud of 3 of them. Good God, she must be. I guess I'm just gonna take that as the female version of an erection. And that's how we ended off. That actually was really good ending points. That was really good. I really enjoyed this whole OVA. I mean, it would have been nice if when Kasa went over to Yamada's place, it would have been nice if they actually did, you know, do it, but it was never going to happen. Yamada's far too innocent for that. It was great that one of them was expecting to go there and the other one had no idea what she was even talking about. That was great. And I figured that was the case as soon as Yamada invited her over, I kind of figured that was a misunderstanding that was going on. And I was right, obviously. Because that's usually the implication. You invite someone over to your place, you know, your parents went home. That's usually what you kind of assume is going to happen. It's not always the case, but it's what's expected. It would surprise me if somebody did make a doujinshi that continued that scene off to where Kasa actually does push the issue and says, "This is what I had in mind," and then goes for it. That'd be cool. That probably exists. I don't know. If it doesn't exist, it should. That's like really low-hanging fruit for Ero doujinshi material. So many credits. Nas. And then there's Anai at the end of that. 2D works. Yeah, let's see. Do I have anything left to say during this credit segment? I mean, I prefer to get my thoughts at, you know, the end in general. But I gotta say something during this segment. Okay, I think it's almost over. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not, who knows. No, it's still going. Let's see, how much is left of the video? It's not that bad. I don't know, I don't know if there's anything gonna be anything after the credits, that's why I don't want to skip it. You know, because the show is called Asagao to Kasa-san, I kept wanting to call Yamada, you know, well, us. Why am I blanking on the name now? I said, you know, I'm just gonna stop talking. I wish the show was called Yamada to Kase-san, is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's a little bit left. Love? Oh, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. That's a very nice position to sleep in. Yuri, love? I don't. Please educate me. That's... Oh, okay. So it's fitting. So that was the Asagao to Kase-san OVA. And it was some really good stuff. It was obviously about the relationship between Kase and Yamada. They were our two main girls here, and we pretty much got to... I mean, it was really a romance anime, you know, for those two, pretty much seeing the relationship. Some of the, some of the struggles they go through, some of the ups and downs the relationship goes through. Pretty much just trying to get closer to each other, try to understand each other better, try to, everything like that. And obviously trying to build a life together, really. Like, when we had the worry about going to different universities, and that was resolved by Yamada deciding to go to Kase's. Like, apparently she is capable of going to Tokyo University. I wasn't sure if she was or not, but I guess she'll just do it. I mean, that's all there really is to say about it as far as, events of the anime go. That's pretty much, that was the gist of it, But I guess I'll just talk about some, various individual scenes that I liked, between Kase and Yamada. So we started off, the first real scene we got between them was like it was Kase texting Yamada, right, to ask if she could call her. And then she did. And even though she knew this call was coming, like, she still jumped and almost dropped her phone like it just came out of nowhere. So I guess it just goes to show how nervous she is to be talking to her new girlfriend. So, yeah, she did answer it in a very awkward way. Like, I know who you are. You're my girlfriend. I called you. I texted you letting you know I would call you. I don't know why you're acting so weird, but, you're cute, so it's fine. I mean, the fact that she even bowed when she answered the phone, like, hi, Yamada this, just, I don't know what that even was. Like, she was going to a formal job interview or something. It's just, yeah, I can see why Kase likes Yamada. She's pretty great. Now, this conversation, this is kind of where we first really got to see, like, get really into Yamada's personality. So she talks to her on the phone. She says things like, hey, I don't have much experience talking to boys and stuff, and you're the first person I ever went out with, so, I don't really understand how very much of this works, I'm a little bit nervous about this stuff, and, oh yeah, by the way, couples usually do all sorts of things together, right? So could you possibly tell me about what those things are? This, I don't think she said that word for word, but, basically showing us, the audience, that she's a very innocent, naive girl, and Kase is not. Kase is a bit more knowledgeable on these sort of things, so that led to some very interesting dynamics, some very fun conversations between the two of them. Basically unintentionally, Yamada makes Kase feel very embarrassed a lot, even though she just doesn't understand what she's saying sometimes, and Kase's not sure how to respond to it, and it just leads to a very awkward scene. And yeah, what she was saying to her was kind of a strong blow to Kase. She ended up dropping her weight on her foot, I think, and hurting herself. And she barely managed to recover from that, and then before she could really fully recover, then Yamada says, is there something specific I'm supposed to do in a relationship? Like, yeah, that was a final blow. That is kind of what brought Kase down for the count. That was like, I don't know what you're supposed to say to that, but without, crushing her innocence. So, it's, yeah, you're kind of putting her in an awkward position there, Yamada. I mean, I know you're not doing it on purpose. You're just curious about these sort of things, but maybe that's a better conversation to have when you're not on the phone, when you're, together. Like, that probably would be better. Or you could even look it up on the internet, that's how most people find out things in the modern day of technology. But, Kase handled it the best she could. She said, hey, just do whatever you want to do. I guess that was probably one of the best answers you could possibly come up with. I personally can't think of a better way to respond. I mean, I can think of more entertaining ways to respond, but as far as diffusing the situation and, cooling it down, reducing the awkwardness, that's kind of the best you can really hope for. And I really did love a lot of the little, I'm not sure what to call it, I'll call it idle animation. Characters moving their legs or hands and stuff when they're just otherwise sitting on a bed talking on the phone. I do like how the show did that pretty well. It just had was really attention to detail on various, setting postures and stuff that let you get an idea of how the character was feeling in the conversation, because we did have various phone calls in this show, like happy, ones, sad ones, serious ones, like, I felt like they did a good job with that. And, I'm also including stuff like Yamada just flopping around and twirling around in her bed in happiness, I quite enjoy that as well. Anyway, we do learn more about what they actually do at school, how Kase is like the athletic one, the track and field. She's really good at that. She's won a lot of stuff she's a big deal. She's a popular girl. No surprises there. And then you have Yamada, who pretty much, she's into plants and gardening. That's what she does. And that's kind of how Kase first became aware of her. She would look down off the roof of the school and see her doing her planting stuff and would always watch her like a stalker, day in and day out, and she never noticed her until she finally did, and, they became friends and became more than friends, and it was great. And one of the best scenes was when Yamada brought up the idea of Kase coming over to her place, and as soon as I saw the look on Kase's face, I knew. I knew what she was thinking, where she thought this would go, and I also knew that Yamada was not thinking that in the slightest, because we already got a peek into just how innocent she is. So, there was going to be a misunderstanding in this scene, and eventually Kase realized that they weren't on the same page here, and she did try a little bit to get her to understand what was on Kase's mind, but unfortunately a phone call kind of interrupted that. I just love how Kase was so excited when Yamada brought that up that she ran to the wall trying to leave the room. Just wow, that was amazing. Just I don't blame her. I'd be extremely excited if Yamada invited me over to her place alone. That would be great. And the scene where Kase walked into Yamada's room. Now, that's obviously a pretty exciting moment because everything in the room will smell like Yamada. And obviously the bed would be the area with the strongest Yamada scent, so that's where she just dug her head in there under the blanket and just was enjoying that scent as much as she could until Yamada came back. And then she tried to play that off like it was no big deal, which works because Yamada is very innocent, so she had no idea that Kase, I got it right the first time. What Kase was doing there, so it was fine. Keep talking about Kase, but Yamada had a lot of fun reactions here and there as well. Like, when she left Kase alone in the room to go get tea or whatever, she was having some very fun reactions. Like, Yamada has a lot of little cute moments, like little bumpily moments, and just, my god, the show really... Cuteness is a very important factor when you're doing, Yuri stuff like this, so I'm glad the show really made sure to highlight that as best they could, and I think they did a great job with that, because there were no shortage of moments where I was like, oh my god, that is so cute, but I try not to say that too much because it's annoying to hear the same thing over and over again like that in a reaction, but I definitely thought it more times than I said it. I also just really enjoyed the scene where Kase sat on her bed and then Yamada sat next to her, like, I don't know, that was really, I like the animation of that. She just sits down and then just touches, shoulder to shoulder like that, and then just, none of them really make a big deal about that shoulder touching. They just continue to enjoy their strawberry cake together. I don't know, I just really liked that little scene. It was nice. Of course, this is also where we got to the scene where the misunderstanding really came to the light. Because, Kase's like, hey, so, you wanna do it? And obviously, most people everyone watching the show knows what she meant by that. However, Yamada did not. She's like, oh, you mean kissing? Like, that's definitely as far as people in romantic relationships go, right? Just kissing, so she must be talking about that. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to kiss, we can. That's cool. But she didn't know what she actually had in mind. For a second she had me wavering a little bit like, maybe she was referring to kissing. Maybe I was just the one that was looking too much into it, but no, it became pretty obvious that no, she was thinking what I originally thought she was thinking, I think. And yeah, that's... because I quickly realized that, yeah, Yamada is not on the same page as her, not at all. And then Kase decides to push her down onto the bed and, about to take the relationship to the next level. And it might have actually went down that road. I would have preferred to go down that road, but no, Mom had to call, and then Yamada picked it up, and it scared the crap out of everyone. Me included. But, yeah, that's how that ended, but, I guess it's fine. No need to rush things, I suppose. But I kind of would have liked to see that happen in the OVA itself. But maybe we'll get a second OVA, of their university days together. I actually have no idea how much of the manga this covered. It could have covered the whole thing for all I know. It might have, because that was a pretty good stopping point for just in general. But I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't cover their university life together if they wanted to. It's just a matter of whether or not they wanted to. After the phone call and Kase really hurried up and got off of her, just seeing Kase holding the pillow backed up against the wall with that freaked out face, that was really cute and really funny. I quite like that. I was like, no, I promise I wasn't doing anything bad to your daughter. Honest, don't kill me. That's kind of how I imagined what was going on in her head. Even though they didn't end up making sweet love to each other in that bedroom, in that scene, I still really enjoyed the scene. It was a lot of comedy, a lot of cuteness, and it was actually getting pretty hot and heavy there. A few parts here, even after the you know, the initial scene was interrupted, they still, you know, they still did some stuff, you know, rubbing deodorant on each other and, you know, getting all snuggly. It was still pretty good. I still really enjoyed the scene overall. I'm just saying it could have been, you know, a little bit better if they had properly executed that one aspect of it. So after that, they finally went on the trip to Okinawa, which they had been teasing for, you know, before that they were going to do this. So they finally did it. Some people were better with airplanes than others. Yamada's friend, Mika Sadawa, whatever her name was. She was not good with it. She had a bunch of these good luck charm things all over her. Well, charms, I don't know if they're good luck charms or keeping evil spirits away charms or whatever. But she had them, as well as a dark cloud over her head. She was not good with this. However, if someone's taking a picture of her, she can strike that pose like instantaneously because she's a high school girl and that's just a talent they all have. Yes, I'm generalizing high school girls right now. But once we got to Okinawa, the first scene I want to talk about is the changing room scene, because, you know, these girls are going to be bathing together, which is, you know, it's no big deal. They're all girls. There's nothing to really be embarrassed about, really. They all have the same parts. However, Kasa Yamada was in the middle of changing, and then Kasa walked in, and I loved how she just immediately pulled her pants back up, and then just had that very embarrassed, you know, that very funny look on her face. And yeah, it was a very awkward scene. Yamada didn't want Kasa to see her naked, I guess, you know, for various reasons. And then, of course, Kasa has less. I keep trying to mix up their names. Of course, Kasa is more comfortable with this whole thing because she's into sports. You know that she's used to this sort of thing, so she had no problems with it. And Kasa and Yamada ended up becoming self-conscious about her body because she saw what a nice, sexy body that Kasa had. It was very, very curvy, very. It was properly proportional, I guess would be a nice way to say it. But anyway, the point is she got a little bit self-conscious because of that. On top of, you know, just being embarrassed of being naked in front of the girl you like anyway. So I think that all just kind of came together and things became awkward between them. And you had Kasa coming up with all sorts of misunderstandings and not fully understanding what the issue is because Yamada's terrible at just communicating properly with a girlfriend, and she just has this tendency to come to conclusions because of that. And it all became a messy situation until Kasa straight up dragged Yamada to the beach and had to talk with her to clear things up. You know, she pulled up her pants so quickly that I had to go frame by frame just to actually see her panties in that shot. Like, it was only for one frame. When you go to the next frame, you can, like, barely see a little bit of her panties left as she's almost got it fully up. And then you go one more, yeah, and then like one or two more frames, it's completely covered. So she was really fast at pulling that up. But if you do go up frame by frame, you can see, you know, her white panties, which, you know, of course I had to do that. And yeah, all that was left from here was just the university drama stuff, where you had Kasa, who was going to go to Tokyo University with the help of a sports recommendation, and you had Yamada, who was just going to go to a local convenient college, you know, which is probably what I would opt to do in her position, because that's just how I roll. But obviously the problem there is that they would be separated. And after the two of them worried about this a lot, coming up with different solutions, like initially Kasa was considering, you know, giving up on that. But in the end, what was decided was Yamada would go to Tokyo University with her, which is the perfect solution, of course. It's just that I don't know if she actually can get in or not. I mean, that was kind of a last-minute decision for her to say that, but I mean, I'll believe that she's a lot smarter than I think she is, and that she successfully passed, and they're now currently in Tokyo University together, having a wonderful college Yuri life together, which I would love to see manga pages of, or more to the point, another OVA for, or even a full-on series if they could swing that. Anyway, the scene where, you know, Yamada runs after Kasa, before when she's getting on the train, that was a really well done scene. I really like that. It was great. I mean, there's not really any other words for it besides that. Of course, the coach there was probably confused. I do like how she was being a little bit overprotective of Kasa, like, make sure to get off at the right stop, okay? We don't need you getting lost. Like, nah, Mom, I'm not in elementary school. I know she's not actually our mom, I'm just making a joke there. But yes, that's pretty much, you know, how all that scene went. And we had the credits, and then a little after credit, that really nice little after credit scene. And it was, yeah, I really enjoyed this OVA. You know, in hindsight, the PV probably wasn't that important to watch, and maybe a little bit spoilery for the OVA, not a huge amount or anything, but I don't know, it just, well, it is what it is, you know. It was still a nice little PV anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really had to say on this. It was good stuff. Thank you for watching, and thank you Snowki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.